Good morning. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. If you had come onto a live earlier, I was having some problems with my internet. So I have come out and started again. So I will delete those earlier videos when I've finished this. But yeah, welcome in. So I do hope that if you had joined me earlier, you're going to come and rejoin me now. If not, if this is your first time seeing this, just ignore that. Everything is fine. Okay, so my name, as I say, is Helen Jennings, and I'm based here in Northamptonshire in the UK. So let me bring up some of this information and just share a little bit with you about who I am and what I do and where you can find me. So my little business is called Love-a-Duckie, and this is my website stroke blog, loveaduckie.co.uk, and that's where you'll find lots of inspiration as well as links to classes, my online shop, um, retired items, downloads, all of those things you'll find over on my website. So do check that out. And while you're there, do sign up for my newsletter. And I aim to send that out fairly regularly with not just news and information about what's happening with Stamping Up globally, what is happening with classes and things here locally, but also a little bit of inspiration in there as I send that out to you. So do sign up for that. Talking of classes, let's have a quick flick through what classes we've got coming up. The Stamp Camp is tomorrow, so that is where you buy the suite of products off of me, and then you get a kit in the post to go along with a tutorial bundle, and you have all the cardstock and things you need along with your suite of products to complete 13 projects from 13 different demonstrators around the world that you will get in that tutorial bundle. You'll also get some video links, so you'll be able to see each of those cards being created, step-by-step sort of instructions. And then on top of that, you get added into an exclusive Facebook page where over the course of tomorrow, so from late 11 o'clock tonight through to the early hours of Sunday morning, over the 24-hour period, there will be 13 videos go into that into that Facebook group with 13 more projects that you can create with your suite of products. So you buy the suite and you get 26 ideas plus cardstock and things to make 13 of them. So fabulous value, and you only pay the price of the products, the suite plus some twine. So I'm far too late to get the suite to you for you to complete those things live tomorrow, but I can still add you into that Facebook group, and you are able to re-watch those videos, and you'll have links for all of the live videos as well, so you are able to replay all of that and catch up once your products arrive, so you're not too late to join in. So do reach out if you would like me to join you into that Stamp Camp. If you have already got the Fresh as a Daisy suite, which is what we're using tomorrow, then you can buy something else of equal value and still be added in to that Stamp Camp. So do reach out if you're here in the UK, and I will gladly get you signed up for that Stamp Camp that's happening tomorrow. Other things coming up during the course of July and into early August, we've got a Stamp Stack class using the Crafting with You bundle. So you can come along in person on the 18th of July, or you can have that as a kit in the post, or you can simply purchase the PDF, however that works for you, depending on where you are in the world. So do reach out for that. Got a Completely Crackers Games Night coming up a week today. So that is held over Zoom. So do come and join us if you're here somewhere in the UK and you'd like to come and join in that fun and games. So that costs £10, and then there's a whole load of new Stamping Up prizes to go along with our games and little crafty projects that we create. So always good fun. Do come and join us for that. Other things coming up in the next few weeks, we've got a Saturday Stampers for right at the beginning of August, 5th of August. That's going to have a theme of rest and relaxation, but that is what's the stamp sets and dies and things that we are using, they sort of have a rest and relaxation and sort of free time, so what you might do in your free time sort of vibe to them. It doesn't necessarily mean that the greetings and sentiments are all going to be about rest and relaxation, but do come and join us for that. That is an in-person all-day event at the beginning of August, and it is a very those that come along really love that Saturday stampers and have a lovely time. So that's 10 till 3. Monthly card club is going to be using the shop suite. That's the in-person class is next week, but again you can have that as a kit form in the post or just as a PDF. So do reach out about that. That's happening next week. And the technique class for this month, we're going to be making some gorgeous 3D flowers using the paper florist dies and creating some projects with those. So that's something to look forward to. So details of all of those classes you'll find over on my website. Other things that are happening in July, I did do a video about this yesterday that is up on both my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. I'm talking about these in a bit more detail, but we have the bonus days where for every £45 you spend in July, you get a £4.50 voucher coupon. And then during August, you'll be able to spend those. There's a whole new bundle of things gone into the online exclusive section of the online store, including some great Christmassy products that you might want to check out. And we've had a clearance rack refresh, so there's new things gone into the clearance rack, so there's some always a good bargain to be found there. And there is some stamp sets that have been added this time, which is quite unusual, so do check out all of those things that are happening in July. So let's come back. That's a quick whiz through the news. Let's have a little look at what we're going to play with today. So in front of me, I have got the So Refreshing bundle, and here it is in the catalogue. You've got a stamp set, you've got coordinating dies. You can see here that it consists of sort of jugs and glasses and pretty flowers, picnic rugs, lemons, all of those sorts of things. The back of the catalogue, there's always a different sample. You can see there we've got these two glasses resting on that tasseled rug that's sort of textured. So really nice, sweet for a hot summer's day, and it is a hot summer's day today. Apologies if you can hear my fan whirring in the background, but it is a necessity this morning. So let's have a little look at the stamp set in a bit more detail. You can see that there's some two-step stamping here. You've got your basic jug that you can either colour your jug with these two stamps or just add in some whatever your liquid is going to be, whatever drink you're going to have. Here you've got these lemons, could be limes, whatever you want them to be. You've got some leaves here, some ice cubes, a slice of something citrusy, orange, lemon, lime. You've got the sort of three-step stamping flower. So you've got the stem, you've got the flower outlines, and you've got the flower infill to create these really beautiful flowers. And some nice greetings. Thank you kindly. Happiest birthday. Time spent together is the sweetest. So a great little stamp set and a great set of dies to go with it. So you've got this nice textured tasseled rug just here. And you've got the jug that will cut out your stamped images, plus your ice cubes and leaves and lemons and slices and tumblers. Those are all your stamped images and your flowers. And in addition to that, you've got a little trio of strawberries here with leaves and the little hulls. You've got a tray of ice cubes. You've got this little tag just here. You've got this detailed leaf just here that sort of adds in this extra detail when it die cuts. And then you've got this really clever jug here. So this clever jug has got a cut line just along here, which means that you're able to slot your flowers into your jug. So really, really clever little jug just there. And you'd be able to use that, I'm sure, with other sets of flowers that you have in your collection and have all sorts of things going on in your jugs. Now, paper-wise, have grabbed a couple of different papers. Things falling on the floor. I've taken one paper from the Countryside Inn collection. Now these are all blues, navy blue and boho blue, balmy blue. I think there's probably a little bit of misty moonlight in there as well. Yep, nice navy, misty moonlight, balmy boho blue and balmy blue to create these papers. And you've got these lovely flowers and then these lovely slightly more generic patterns. You've got rabbits, a nice stripe, you've got birds and a darker stripe just there. You've got this lovely floral image and then this nice sort of boho blue stripe on the back there. You've got foxes with these dots, not just the paler blue dots, but you also got this sort of like diamond type dotty background there. And then you've got these nice trees with this floral stripe effect. There's some really nice papers there, and I've chosen one of those. So that's the Countryside Inn DSP. And the other pack of DSP that I have grabbed is the Delightfully Eclectic. Now this is one of the bumper 48 sheets, so 4 each of 12 different designs. And you can see that you've got big florals, black and white prints, small florals, big dots, strawberries, and these sort of squares and triangles going on there. You've got a big check, there's a little flower, some of these sort of like ledger type papers. There's one that's sort of quite yellow and there's one that's more white. Nice blue prints just here, lemons, daisies. So tying in with some of the stamp sets in the catalogue as well. Here's more of a white ledger. This will coordinate with the punch. You've got a punch in the catalogue that will punch those out. You've got this lovely heart, pretty peacock heart that's got these little pink, some of the hearts are coloured in pink, and then this tile effect on here for letters. You've got stripes, pretzels, sort of ditzy little flowers, bigger stripes, smaller dots, tulip type flowers, these swans and this black and white sort of cross effect. So some really nice different papers in there that you can use for all sorts of backgrounds. So I grabbed a couple of different papers. One is this stripe. Where has my other gone? Let me just grab it. And the other one I'm going to use is this one with these stripes and these lemons and things on. So those are the two papers I thought that we would have a play with. If you are joining us, do come on and say hello. It would be lovely to see you. Always good to say hello and to have you join us for these crafty sessions, and do share these out. Yeah, bring other people to the party. That's always lovely to see. Let me just pop up my July host code. So let us start, I think, with this stripy pattern just here, with these lemons on. So we've got a bit of petal pink in there, a little bit of crushed curry, I think, and possibly some lemon lolly in this paler, or it might just be stamped off crushed curry. I'm not sure. But let's cut ourselves. I think we'll go with a piece that's 9.5 by 13.9. And just going to grab Petal Pink card. We'll do ourselves a bit of a mat of Petal Pink. Now you could use the lemon embossing folder and that sort of set in combination with these. That would be quite fun to do. But for now we're just going to stick with the one set. So I've got some Petal Pink just there. Have some thick basic white. Make a card base. It's never worth cutting one card base from a piece of thick basic white. Far better to do two at one go. When I get 5 minutes, I will bulk cut some of these card bases. I've scored that all the way down the centre at 10.5. I'm then going to cut it in half at 14.9, and that will give me two standard cork fold card bases. I'm going to tuck one in my little box that I've got to one side, ready for another project. And then we will have this coming on there. Just flicking through my dies. I think let's have a little look at Nested Essentials. Thinking one of these would work, and if so, which one? I think I'm going to cut a large one of these from the center of that Petal Pink mat, and then we'll have a basic white one from a piece of basic white. Let me just die cut those. So Nested Essentials was a new sort of basic shapes labels set that came out in the new catalogue. And these sorts of dies are always really useful. Throwing things on the floor. Cut that there. And then if I snip the end off that piece of card like that, we'll be able to get that on the end there. I want that to be out of the middle of this because this is going to be actually the mat that we stick on the card. But this one we can bring to one side because that's just a piece of basic white. winding that through. There we have a piece of basic white. Let's move these to one side. So our DSP will cover this up. Ready to come on our card base. And then we'll have our pretty peacock back piece and our piece in the front just here. We can decide where we want that to go, anon anon. Now, I'm thinking I'm probably going to cut these out and die cut them so that I'm able to place them coming over the edge a little bit. But I think we will have a bit of colour on the background just here. I'm going to take one of my brushes and some petal pink ink. So let's just brush some petal pink ink in the background there, just to give it a bit of a blush. In the background. And that's not showing up very well on camera, but there is just a little bit of a blush of colour in the background there. I think we'll take our happiest birthday stamp. And we've got a couple of greens in the background there. It's probably garden green or old olive. Let's go garden green, I think. Let's take this. Let's stamp happiest birthday at the top there. And then we'll find ourselves a more basic white card. I think I could do with going up slightly on that one. And we'll have our central piece and our tumbler. And perhaps we'll have a little lemon just there. And then we'll perhaps use these lemon pieces just here as well. So to shut that garden green up so that I don't lean in it, and bring in a memento. And start by inking up this jug. And let's also ink up the tumbler. That is the tumbler infill bit. Let's get to the tumbler outside bit first. That would have been a disaster. We'd have had a black drink. I'm not sure that would be very appetizing. I think we'll have 2 glasses. There is 2 dies so that you can cut 2 of those out at a time. And then let's bring in petal pink. Let's have some, don't know, what do we think? Pink lemonade. And just stamp that into my jug. And you do get this sort of reflective type detail on that stamp. So let's have some in our tumbler, and again you get those reflective lines down the side. You can see the detail in that stamp, so it's not just a solid colour, you do have that little bit of detail in there. You bring in some crushed curry. Oh, let's try that again, that's better. We'll have a couple of those little lemon slices. And then let's bring in our lemon outlines and 2 of those. I think for the inside bit, I'm just going to stamp this off before stamping it in. Line that up the right way round. We'll stamp that over the top to give our sort of lemons. So we could add some ice cubes in there. We could put some lemon slices in there if you want to, but I don't think I will on this occasion. Put the lid on here for now. Let's bring in our dies. So we need a lemon die. Cut this down a little bit. So we have 2 of the tumbler dies. Might not get all of these on in one go, just depends how well we've inadvertently laid them out. Need a couple of run throughs the machine, but that one fits on there quite nicely. We have one lemon slice, managed to squeeze that in. Will we squeeze the other lemon slice in? No, that's going to need to be cut separately. And I think I'll do the jug separately as well. I'm just going to run these through the machine, which is set up behind me. Oh, I missed that slightly. I'll give that a bit of a trim. There's our lemons. And let's bring in a lemon slice and a jug. And you can see that we've got a piece of the die just here that's going to cut out the inside of that handle too. Let's run those through. There's our jug with a beautifully cut out handle and a second slice of lemon. Now these two little lemon slices, I'm going to take my snips, and this glass I missed slightly going through the machine, so let me just take off a little bit of the excess white around there. Now if I lay this behind the glass, you can see that you need to snip off. I'm going to snip off about 1/4 of a lemon. I'm just going to snip a little bit out of there, and then I'm going to sit that on the top here so it looks like it's resting on the edge of that glass. And I'm going to do the same with this one. So you've got these segments. I'm just really taking out 2 of the little segments and then resting it on the edge like that. And we have our lemon just there. So let's bring this back in. It's very warm, so I suspect this is going to be quite fluid today. Yes. So let's add our happiest birthday stamped label on top of our pretty pink label. And I think I'll take this jug, we'll have that sitting there, and grab some mini dimensionals. Put a couple on behind my lemons. Let's have those nested in front here. Just going to put a little bit of glue on the edge. That lemon slice there. We'll work out how we're going to arrange those in just a minute. Do the same on this. So I think I'm going to have this glass. I'll stick that flat next to a jug. And this other one, I'll put some dimensionals on that. Bring it forward slightly, so they look like they're next to each other. Sort of snuggled behind the lemons, but in front of the other glass. To stick this paper. These daisies are really pretty, aren't they? To stick that to there. About for some ribbon. There is this really lovely petal pink striped ribbon in the catalogue. It comes as part of a combo. Looking for my catalogue. So it comes as part of a combo, and the other ribbon is a lemon lime twist, I do believe. Let's find you. Yes, so ribbon combo pack. So it is a lemon lime twist and a petal pink. So a really pretty pair of ribbons. So this is the petal pink one. I think we'll have that, some of that coming across the middle here. Take a couple of bits of tear and tape. Let's lay this across the middle and wrap it round. Oh gosh, that was a clonk. What was that? Oh, it was the plates of my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I'd got them balanced on the edge, obviously not very well. There we are. Just put a couple of bits of tape on the back there to secure that down, and then I will add this to the card front. Come off, little dimensional back. We don't want you on there. I'm going to add this to the front, but first of all, decide if like that, I think. And let's add some glue. You could put dimensionals on the back of this, but because I've added some dimensionals to these pieces, it is starting to build it up a little bit if you want to pop it in the post, particularly with a ribbon on the front as well. But obviously you could do that. Let's find some glue dots. We've created a little bow of that ribbon. We'll add that on the front as well. Let's have a little perusal of some embellishments. What are we thinking? Ooh, might go with some of these flat adhesive pearls. They're picking up those pinks and yellows quite nicely. Just the smaller ones, I think. I'll just put a few of those on the front there. Oh, there's a few sirens buzzing around outside. So there we are. That's using those the pinks and the yellows from the DSP and reflecting that in our drinks and our lemons on the front there, and using the garden green for the sentiment to pick up the greens in the leaves. So a cute little card, so really quite summery. Hot drinks, cool drinks on a hot day. Rather lovely. So a nice little birthday card for somebody celebrating this time of the year. Now I'm going to bring in paper just here. I might leave the paper from here because I might wait and decide what I want to do with the paper once I have created the background. I think I'm going to bring in a bit of Night of Navy. I do have lots of Night of Navy scraps. I'm not quite sure why I have so many, why I managed to accumulate so many of those. I'm going to take this other jug die, so the one that creates the split as well, and I'm going to use that in to create my jug for this. We will die cut that in a moment. Just add that to that piece of card so they both don't go missing. I'm going to take the flower stamps. So we have a stem, and then we have, clean these flowers up. This is the outline section, and this is the infill section. I'm going to go and have Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, and Boho Blue. So I'm going to stick, Gunner. I'm going to stick with the sort of blue themes of the paper. So I'm not bringing in any other colours other than these blues. So I'm going to stamp 2 Night of Navy stems. And then I'm going to come in with Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to stamp the flower outlines in Misty Moonlight. Now this is where you need to get your eye in and see where these flowers are going to go. Obviously this is never easy when you've got a camera in the way, so apologies if I don't quite hit this, but you've got these lines just here. I don't know if you can pick those up, sort of here and here, which these buds at the top here are going to nest in. You've got a gap just here that this large flower here is going to sit in, and you've got another gap here where some of these flowers are going to sit in. So it is just a question of getting it all lined up. So it's almost like once you've done one, you the others come in a bit easier. But that wants to come there, that petal comes in there, that will come in there, that will come in. So I think that's about right. That's pretty spot on. Let's have a look at this one again. So we've got this petal fitting in there, that flower coming in there, these buds at the top sitting in those V shapes, about like that. So that is, so we've got a misty moonlight flower outline, we've got a night of navy background. So I'm going to come in with boho blue for the flower centres. So not standard colours that you find in nature. Now this one is much easier to line up. I think actually I might stamp this off. And make it a paler blue. Let's stamp that off. Make it a paler blue. So a really, really pretty floral image. We could do with some added leaves and things to go in there. So I think I'm going to do that in some vellum. I had some vellum earlier. Here we go. That will be perfect. We'll cut a few vellum leaves out. So we want a jug. We want our flowers. Just there. Let me just run those through. Gather up all my plates where they've slid onto the floor. Jug. Flowers. And just snip this edge bit off here, and then I'll be able to sneak in some vellum as well on the bottom. There we go. There's one. Let's take that off. There's our jug. Oh, just lost my little set of vellum leaves in a basket. I'll take about and find those in just a second. fly away this time. Down here, little leaves, I can see you. There we go. So you can see with these jugs, come here, you're able just to poke the stems in. And create lovely arrangement. Just stick some of these leaves in here. This back one can come and attach it somewhere up here. So really pretty. Thinking. One, I'm thinking I'm going to add a bit of texture to that jug. I think I'm going to come in with this Basics crosshatch 3D embossing folder. I'm going to run that through there. Let's just bring in our base plate number 1, our embossing folder with our jug in it, and our embossing plate number 4. Just gives that a bit of texture on there. A little bit more interesting. The thing I might do to take a sponge dauber and a little bit of white ink, rub it over that jug just to give that pattern a bit of a pop. I think we could do with one of these mats, the picnic rug. Set this on. Go boho blue, I think. Run that through. if you can see that pattern on there now. Let's find a misty moonlight. Don't want this to be particularly dark. Just want to rub a little bit of ink over there, just to help that pattern to pop a little. It'll just help it to pop from that background a little bit. Right. Let's bring in this paper. And again, I think we'll go 9.5 by 13.9. Then this boho piece will go 10 by 14.4. Take a little bit off the end of that because that's a little bit curled up. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear, started sneezing now. Hopefully I will be able to stop. And then I think probably a nice navy card base. So I'll cut my piece of card in half, swing it round and score it in half to make our card base. Our jug, our flowers and our leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange my flowers and my leaves. I'm going to actually attach them to the back of this jug. I'll have this one coming down a bit lower. Yes, I think so. And then this one coming up a bit higher. I'm going to take some more of that tear and tape. And I'm just going to attach those to the back so that that's them held in place. Let's come in with our little vellum leaves. So I'll have this one in the front there. I think we'll have one coming out that way. Again, I'm just going to attach that one there. And then this other one coming out the back at the top there. this front little one just here. It's going to take a little bit of glue. Just add a bit of Tombow to the front there. Then tuck that in there, and then that will stick in place down there. Oh, that leaf's fallen off. It's very rude, but that's okay because we can stick it back in place and no one will be any the wiser. I can get the tape off my hand. Let's cover that back piece. There we are. Nobody will be any the wiser that that's come off. Right, so we've got a bit of flower arranging going on there. And that. Like that. Managed to, apologies, to move my background. This nice Night of Navy bordered ribbon just here. That's rather nice. Just have a little tug and a play with this. Quite like the idea of having ribbon actually behind those flowers. Let's find our ribbon scissors and trim those ends. Actually, that's better. Just twiddling around with this ribbon just here. Get it to lie a bit more how we want it to. That's better. It was twisted slightly. So yes, it's a Night of Navy bordered ribbon. It's got this sort of almost misty moonlight. Works quite well with the boho blue as well. A nice little ribbon. So I'm going to stick my paper to my boho blue mat. And then the boho blue mat to the Night of Navy card base. Then we'll have our rug, tablecloth, whatever you like to have it as. Coming across our card here. And to take a glue dot. So perhaps have a couple of glue dots and attach this to the back of my flowers. Oh, excuse me. A squeeze. Then we'll bring in some dimensionals. We had just here just now. And I'm going to have some dimensionals coming down the back of my jug and my flowers. And that will hopefully raise that up above the level of the bow. Just sit on our tablecloth come picnic rug come whatever just here. Then I'm thinking that would make rather nice. I'm going to go to another set. I'm going to go to the go-to greetings because that's definitely what they are. They are definitely go-to greetings. And I'm going to do a thinking of you because this would be quite a good get well, sympathy, all of those sort of thinking of you type occasions. I think I quite like that little smallish thinking of you just there. Bring in some boho blue and a stamping night of navy. And I'm thinking that we will come around the edge of here. I'm going to cut a little snippet off the edge of here. Go behind this U piece. And then we'll add some liquid adhesive to the other half of that. Let's go to our embellishments. I'm going to come to the back to the in colour dots, and I've got a few boho blue ones left. No, there are. I've got a few little boho blue ones left. Thought I'd only got those 3, but that's all right. Got a few more than 3. Let's add some of those in here. So really nice. We've kept to those blues. So if anybody is feeling a bit blue, I think that would just help them to think that somebody is thinking of them. It's okay, we're thinking of you. Tuck those front leaves in a bit more so the flowers show behind them. So we are definitely thinking of you. So that's created in the blues. Obviously we'll need to put an insert in there. I'll sort that out in a minute. So that will need a little additional insert in, but those little flowers are just beautiful. And then we've got a nice summery birthday card, happiest birthday card to go with it, and that's using those different papers. Delightfully eclectic, something like that, isn't it? Those are the papers, and these are the countryside in. So two very different feels to these cards. One's drinks and one's flowers, but they're both projects that you can achieve with the, let me just grab the So Refreshing stamp set and the coordinating dies with all these clever texture pieces and all the other little oddments that go with it. So a really lovely bundle, and one that it is well worth having in your collection. So do look out for that. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. That's I'm glad you enjoyed all those. Yeah, it's a really lovely bundle. I've really warmed to it on this warm summer's day. We had a bit of a play with it at a class last week, and yeah, we've created some lovely things with it. So it is a lovely bundle and one well worth adding. If it's one that's passed you by as you flick through the catalogue, do go back and check it out. And do remember, of course, that at the moment you're going to get £4.50 voucher for anything that you, for every £45 you spend here in the UK, equivalent amounts wherever you are in the world. And that little So Refreshing bundle here in the UK is £46.75. So that would give you a £4.50 to spend in August. So it's got to be good. So do check all of that out. So I think it's almost lunchtime. It must be getting up that way. So thank you for joining me this morning, and it's been lovely to have you. Do like, share, join, follow, subscribe, all of those things, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon.